You need a budget. If you are trying to build wealth, especially on a single income, you absolutely need a budget. So a budget is not necessarily talking about, how to minimize your expenses. This is when you are actually deciding where your money is going, and you can see your incomings and your outgoings, but also plan your outgoings so that you're not spending more than you earn, spending more money than you have, and then you're actually planning what you're going to do with the money. If, for example, your budget shows you that your expenses are less than what you're earning, you can then decide what you're going to do with the rest of the money. In this video, I am showing you my budget for June 2026. Now, if you are following the channel, you'll know there are two of us. So we're two sisters, both who are over 40, and we're showing you how you can win with money on a single income. My sister already showed you how she does a budget, and in this video I decided to share with you how I do my budget. Everybody budgets their money in different ways, and there are so many templates out there that you can get one, you can design one yourself, or you can just write things down. So I'm going to be working on the estimated budget, and then at the end of the month I'll show you the actual expenses so that you'll see whether there's a gap, and then if there is a gap or a balance, if it's a positive balance, then I will tell you at that stage what I do with that money as well. So there are different categories that I work with. I've got the wealth building. This is when I'm actually putting money away specifically for my future, and we're talking about the ISA and the SIP and the Innocent Eye premium bonds. So I have an emergency fund. The Innocent Eye forms part of that emergency fund, and my goal is to max these out. The Innocent Eye, my goal is to max it out to the limit of £50,000. I'm not there yet, but I'm working towards that. The ISA, we have an annual allowance of £20,000 at the moment. That may change, you never know with the different governments, but right now it is £20,000 for this tax year, and every tax year I try to max that out. I'm starting with my ISA. I've already put some money into my ISA, and what I do is I put a certain amount every month, no matter what, and then at the end of the tax year, or towards the end of the tax year, if I've not yet maxed it out, then I try and just get money, from other sources and put the money in to max it out. And I will show you all of that when the time comes, because I think it's probably easier to show you and tell you at the time. But anyway, let's get back to the budgeting for June 2026. This is how much I'm estimating that I'll be putting money away or spending for these certain things. So I'm starting with wealth building, the ISA, and I plan to put away £1,000 a month into my ISA. And then for the SIP, which is my self-invested personal pension, I budget £400. So I put in £400 per month. At the moment, that may go up, that may go down depending on my situation at the time, but right now that is what I'm putting in. And then when it comes to the Innocent Eye premium bonds, I put in £200 a month. And now let's total this section, and that gives us a subtotal of £1,600 for my wealth building. And then the fixed expenses, these are pretty much non-negotiables. I need to have a roof over my head, and I need to pay for those things. The mortgage, I do have a mortgage, and also my utilities. And I want to be connected to the world, so I need the internet and the mobile phone. So these are non-negotiables, and I absolutely need them. For my mortgage, at the moment, I'm paying £1,300, or about £1,300 a month. And for the utilities, which includes the council tax, the water, the electricity and gas, all those things, I'm budgeting £350 a month. And then for my internet, I budget £35 a month. And then for a mobile phone, I'm budgeting £15 a month. I have a SIM only account at the moment. My phone is working perfectly well, so I didn't see the need to upgrade. So let's get the subtotal for this section, and it comes up to £1,700. And other variable expenses, these are things which can vary from month to month. When we're talking about groceries and household, I am budgeting £150 per month. My travel pass, I find it more cost effective to buy a pass that lasts about 2.5 months. If I had the money, I would actually pay for an annual travel pass, but at the moment, I don't have that. At the moment, I budget £120 for my travel pass, and then taxis. I am budgeting £50 a month for that because taxis aren't cheap. And then the bus again is for the odd occasion when I need to pay for a bus because my travel pass covers the trains, the buses, the underground. But on the odd occasion, I might need to get another bus. So I budget £25 a month for that. And then gardening, this is for the person who comes to cut my grass. Yes, I could cut the grass myself. I actually tried it once, but at the moment, it's not for me. Per month, I'm budgeting £100 for that. And then for gifting, this is for buying gifts, small gifts, birthday gifts. If I spend it, I spend it. If I don't, I don't. I've got friends as well that I might want to buy gifts for, and I'll just budget £25 for that. Socializing and takeaways. So this is over and above the groceries or kind of the instant meals. I really don't do, but I don't go out a lot. That's the thing. I really don't. I prefer to cook at home. I enjoy cooking, and I just find the food healthier. That also a lot cheaper. But I still put money away for that. For socializing and takeaways, I'm putting away £50 a month. And then for health and fitness, this is pretty much my gym membership. Not much else. For this, I'm budgeting £25 a month. This is a very cheap gym. If I change gyms and move into a more premium gym, then that number will obviously go up. And then I have a monthly printing subscription, which helps me manage my printing costs. And it's only £5 a month. And so when we get to the subtotal for this section, the variable expenses, it comes to £550. And then the sinking funds. So the sinking funds are the pots of money where you put money away every month in preparation for a big expense or a big purchase. So I have quite a few sinking funds, as you can see. Some of these things may be coming in the near future, but a few of them are actually coming in the long term. And by starting to put money away for those things now, it means when the time comes, I'm going to have a pot of money that I can just dip into and spend without feeling overwhelmed or feeling like, oh my goodness, this is so expensive. Self-care and well-being, I put away £25 a month. So I'm planning a big holiday for this year. I don't travel a lot, as I said before. I really am a homebody, but I have decided that for my well-being, enjoyment, and just enjoy life and live life, I will try to have at least one big holiday a year. I haven't had one so far, so I'm still planning on doing that. I haven't booked anything, but I'm going to be putting money aside just to help with paying for that. And so for this year, I'm going to budget £100 a month for that. And then Christmas, again, it's a big expense. And I think sometimes people don't necessarily think about it beforehand, but at the time, or even at the time, I think it's mostly afterwards when you realize, come that January and you've got bills to pay and you're like, oh my gosh. So I know some people do things differently, but for me, I'm just going to put money aside. I'm budgeting £100 a month for that. And then home maintenance and improvements. If I want to upgrade my curtains or blinds or anything like that, I'm putting money aside for that. And then when the time comes, I'll have that money set aside, and I'm again budgeting £100 for that. So spectacles, yes, I wear spectacles. I need to get new glasses every couple of years. They're actually very expensive, and we don't get any subsidy or nothing at all from the government NHS. So I want to put money aside for that so that I can get nice glasses. And I put £25 a month because it's in the future and it's not in the immediate, future. I can put them £25 a month is actually more than adequate. By the time that comes, there'll be a decent amount. And then for glow up, so this is for different things like getting my nails done, my hair done, eyebrows done, facials, etc. Anything that falls into that. For this, I'm budgeting £100 a month. And then for gifting, these are miscellaneous gifts like to colleagues, friends, etc. But in the future, or big birthday gifts, this is where this money goes. It's not the same as the monthly birthday gifts I was talking about earlier. This is for something much bigger. And for this, I'm budgeting £25 a month. And then I am planning to get my garden designed or get landscapers in to come and do a nice job of it. And I'm putting away £100 a month. Again, that's going to be in a few years' time, maybe a couple of years' time. I don't know. It's actually quite expensive. I hadn't realized, but I had a look online and oh goodness me, they do charge quite a bit. So I want to have some money set aside for that. Home insurance I pay every year, and I'm budgeting £25 a month for that, as well as for the factors. And then I will be retiring soon, well, in a few years, to be honest. But I want to plan for that celebration because I'm definitely going to celebrate after working so hard for so long. I think I deserve that. So I'm putting away £25 for that. And then for my next big birthday, again, I want to celebrate that and I really enjoy it. Take time off and do so many things that I want to do. So I'm again putting £25 away for that. Amazon Prime, I find it is more cost effective if you pay per year. Because I like having it, and I pay £10 a month. And then for my TV license, so that I can watch movies and etc., I pay £15, or I put away £15 per month. And then for other subscription and fees, so these are things which are not included in the other things like the Amazon, Prime TV license, etc. But these are things which are still necessary, but I pay for these annually or quarterly. I'd like to put money away for that, and I budget £100 a month for that. So the subtotal for the sinking funds comes to a grand total of £800. Now we need to total all these things up and see how much I need per month at the moment. These figures change over time as you get older, or after you've retired, or you stop working, or you change jobs, etc. But right now for June 2026, my budget comes up to, now let's total these things all the way down and get a total for that. And it comes up to 460. In fact, I should have done this so it's easier to see. All right, let's do this. There we go. Perfect. So for the month of June 2026, my budget comes up to £4,650. How much I actually spend, you'll have to wait until the end of the month, and I will share with you this column as I put in what I've actually spent. So that's for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you found it interesting and also helpful. And if you did, I would appreciate a thumbs up. And also don't forget to subscribe so you follow our channel and our journey. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.